aluminum sharks. We were from AHS in Charlottesville, Virginia, and most of us are members
I
of
recorded
the
the other one
program
too.
at Albemarle, which is the Math,
Eventually
Engineering, and Science Academy. Okay, no, whatever. I'm Abby.
I'm Wesley.
Can we not do the names thing? Because they kind of said not to do that last time.
Who said that?
Mr. Philby.
He said not to do that.
Yeah, I thought he did.
I think that we might want to just introduce ourselves as we're presenting, maybe.
No, Emma's doing it too.
There's more people there. What?
We might want to just do that as we're presenting
Or we
instead
could
of
just
saying it all in a
Be
row.
the team and not individuals.
Yeah.
Because I think that was one of the
No, that's why we should number
team
ourselves.
code.
Alright, fine, whatever. Alright,
is too individual.
we'll discuss.
And then remember the rookie.
Yeah, okay. Hi, we are the Aluminum Sharks. We are a rookie team from AHS in Charlottesville, Virginia, and many of us are part of the MESA program there, which is the Math, Engineering, and Science Academy. First, we will be having Wesley talk about the robot.
Alright, so we have our amazing robot here. As you can see, we have this large arm extension that we use to pick up our blocks. Now, because we were so creative, we decided we wanted to make our own scoop. We 3D printed it, designed it, and switch those around. We designed a scoop that would both allow us to pick up the blocks and would keep them in without falling out, and it's retractable so that we can hold the scoop, hold the blocks. Alright. And then we made plexiglass. Sorry. And I'm good. Alright. And then we cut some plexiglass and put it as a surface to keep the blocks. Put plexiglass as a surface so that the blocks could roll down it into the baskets.
Say something like, here go.
And now we will have the rest of the robot to walk.
So, as you can see, our robot is a four-wheel design with two Omni wheels in the front and two normal wheels in the back. The two normal wheels are each powered by a single motor. We decided to do this in order to get a good balance of traction, maneuverability, speed, and control. We tried robots that had fewer Omni wheels or slower motors, but we found that those were either too slow or kind of hard to control. So by using a mixture of half Omni wheels and half normal wheels, as well as half powered wheels and half unpowered wheels, we've got a good balance between control and maneuverability. On the back, you can see that we have a very simple flag raiser design put right onto a motor. This way, there's far less that can break on the flag raiser design. Also, we use pegs rather than directional angles like we had before, because this way, regardless of which direction the flag raising apparatus is turned, we can use it no matter what.
And then after you're done, you'll say, and now over to Abby for the robot progression. Me.
Oh, okay.
Now over to Abby for the robot progression.
Give her the sword.
No, I don't need the sword.
Should
But
be the
at this
talking
point, you guys
sword.
have to clear out so they can.
You need the sword, Abby.
What?
It's
don't
an
talk
absolutely
in
necessary.
sword. I don't like it. I just like, guys! Alright.
It's fine.
Cole's really good
It's
at
not there anymore. Where did it go?
So one very unique thing about our team and the robot design is that it's been progressing over the course of the year, and this has occurred in a number of different steps. In stage 1, we learned how to use the various Tetrix materials by building very simple robots using the Tetrix books that go over the step-by-step instructions. Then we thought of the different things that we would need to add to this in order to be able to compete in the challenge. In stage 2, we designed different types of claws, as you can see in these two pictures. The claws, one thing the robot had to be able to do was to be able to pick up blocks, and these claws enabled us to do so. Another thing in stage 3 that the robot had to be able to do was it had to be able to expand. And in order to do this, one thing we wanted to try to use were drawer slides. As you can see in this picture, and a member from the other team is explaining to our team how to use those drawer slides and how to implement them in a robot. In stage 4, we combined both the claw and the drawer slide technique into a sliding claw that used the Lego prototypes from before, but this time it was attached to a drawer slide which could then expand and pick up blocks on an actual robot. This design worked fairly well, however, it was hard to pick up the blocks easily, and we also realized that there was too much weight on this one motor to turn all by itself, and thus, in this newer design, we decided to try a robot where the robot would pick up the blocks using a dustpan versus the claw, which worked fairly well, and this led us to our final robot, which used the same sort of base as this one did, as well as the scooping technique. This one also, instead of just two motors on either side attached directly to the pivoting beam, this one used gears instead because we had realized before that it needed even more force than this one had in order to do that. Now I'll go over to Emmett for the progression of the bases.
Okay.
Thank you, Abby. My name is Emmett, by the way. Alright, so going on to a different path, we tried ideas for hanging. We were originally thinking the robot could just up and get itself on the pole. We were sadly mistaken, but it was worth a shot. We also tried out different gear ratios to see if the drivetrain worked better than with normal wheels, just wheel on motor. We found that sometimes it might be powered up or powered down. The speed would be altered, but we realized that in the end, motor on wheel actually was the best for speed, stability, and power.
And now then Celine would go, and then Emmett would do team progression, and then he'll say, and now over to David for more team information.
Okay, so our team faced several difficulties and I guess challenges throughout the year as we progressed together in robotics. So one of the first challenges we faced was we were a new team, like nobody on the team had ever done FTC before. So that led to us having to first familiarize ourselves with the robots and the programming, which we spent the first couple of weeks doing, and also to asking for advice from various resources such as the other more experienced team at Albemarle and some adults. The fact that we were a new team also meant that we were competing against more experienced teams who might have more knowledge about creating more complex designs for their robots. Also, everyone from our team pretty much came from different peer groups, and we didn't really know each other. So we had to first familiarize ourselves with each other and figure out how to work together well there. This led to some issues, but through some communication, we finally figured out what to do, and we managed to overcome those problems and grow together as a team.
So this is also where you would talk about the team uniqueness, right?
Also, just saying, you don't want to stress the fact that we have issues and problems.
You're actually not allowed to talk about that because that's Emmett's thing. So you
Wait. I wasn't supposed to.
How is team progression divided up?
Because remember we said we only wanted to talk about like the disunity one time, and now so we said that Emmett would talk about that in team progression.
Challenges.
Okay.
Well, when you say that we have issues and problems, you might not want to be so vague. You might want to say more of the fact that we had trouble agreeing on things and getting each other on the same page.
About that in the robot progression.
I think that for team progression, it should be a lot of talking about how we were all sitting in a circle and brainstorming stuff and listing pros and cons together and getting everybody's input on the final robot, rather than how we started out as a rookie team, not really knowing each other, not being able to communicate as well, to where we've come with one robot and one team that all has the same ideas and is contributing to the same thing.
That's Emmett's topic. His is just team information. So here's supposed to briefly team challenges, why we're a good team and why the team is unique. Didn't really talk about. Oh, it was not. Well, I meant all that stuff. So do you need to like write some more stuff down on your card?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Also, Leslie, not gonna use the card.
I think it's better if you have memorized it, but I thought you both did really good. Walker, oh, you already went.
Is it okay to say that you're unique because you're a rookie team, but you've come up with this pretty cool robot?
Mhm.
That would be good to say.
So Cole, do you have any comments about the presentation?
Have you guys really thought about the order you want to say all these things? Like, I don't know, it makes
I
more sense
agree
to
with
me to
that.
explain the team and then the robot.
That's what
I
I
don't know
said,
why.
and then you changed. I thought you changed on your list, but then you didn't.
Well, Emmett came over
Especially
and
if
told me the robot should go first.
Why should the robot go first? Because really, the robot developing
Yeah,
no,
that's why it should be last.
that isn't necessarily true. Because what we really want to emphasize is that we are a rookie team. So the robot development and how impressive it is based on the fact that our team development was equally impressive.
Yeah, you might want to do it such that the time I go last, or me and Walker go last.
I think that makes more sense. Or you could just change the little introduction that you do. Because saying like, oh, here are our names, we're from Elmar, we're from Mesa, and then instantly going to the robot, that seems just a little disjointed.
We should all talk simultaneously and try and shout over each other.
That defeats you win at all costs.
That's how we're unique.
And then also when you were talking about the robot progression, remember to emphasize that a lot of the stuff that we did was testing, and even though it's not showing entirely in our final design, doing things like gears and drawer slides and the different drivetrains was important to how we wound up in the end.
Alright, and finally, are you going to talk about outreach or fundraising at all, or are you going to leave that for that?
I'm going to talk about the engineering journal. Reason is supposed to talk a bit about outreach, but I'll probably also contribute to that if I don't feel like he's covered it adequately, because I don't know if he knows what I've written in the journal.
We have something to add. Today's a little thing during lunch that was half an hour late, but
That was totally impressive.
It was
Well,
supposed to be during the second half.
It was really good, like,
Yeah, I
way better than Saturday.
We won.
yeah, way
That's not saying much, you know, like getting beaten by a 9-year-old girl is not exactly.
That was awful.
No, in terms
that
of
was
the, in terms of the
terrible.
presentation.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
And the robot, obviously.
No, I need to add crosswalks to it.